Okay folks, so a little bit of a confession video, this one. Over the last couple of years I've been trying to, I've moved house and I've really not found my groove again with the TF stuff. You probably have noticed that my output has dropped since the end of 2020. I have still been doing stuff obviously, but I haven't been doing as many new boards and I haven't been doing as many firmware updates and all of that sort of stuff. So I've kind of come to the realization that I had a fantastic space here, but it really wasn't working for me. And I think what made me really realize that was when I was over in Ireland just last week, and I was able to see the output that Banjo Guy Ollie was making from his little space, which was very similar to the space I used to have in my old house. I just thought there's a reason why there has to be. So I started thinking about the reasons and why it wasn't working for me. And honestly, I have a fantastic space here. I had a fantastic space in this house, but the problem with it is it wasn't designed to do this kind of stuff. It wasn't designed to do electronics work. It was built for recording. It was built for a man a foot shorter than me, and it's feckin' freezing in there. So I don't want to be in there. So even on days where I would have an idea and I'd really want to see that through, I would go into the room and I would do the absolute minimum to get that thing done, and then I would get out of there because I was so cold, I was so uncomfortable. Originally I wanted to be in this room, but when I moved in it wasn't really very habitable, and I had it done, and I had this room all redone. But while this was being redone, I moved into the bigger lab space, and the reason, and I just never moved back in here because there was cabs and it was nice and it was kind of a nice and clean space, and I thought, well, I just want to keep it that way. But I really think I've messed up, and I really think now is the time to do something about it. So but basically my goal for today is to get the F out of that space.
Man, get the f*** out, I swear!
Okay, so let's get into it. So a whole load of stuff has moved out of here, and through here I had a bomb shelter / jail, so I can contain crazies that turn up at my house. But this set of stuff is this bit of my setup. So this is kind of like a CRT testing rig and cab fixing area. I will get this all set up perfectly in the next day, but it's more or less, it was absolutely full to the ceiling with stuff the other day. So I have spent most of the last week moving everything out of here, so this can go in here, and then in the cab room I'll still be able to play the Chase HQ, I think, and maybe, no, probably not the Street Fighter, maybe at an angle, a mad angle. And then here things are starting to tidy up. So the goal for today is to clear everything here, everything in this space here completely. I've started to tidy up here, but I'm not really going to tackle this. This doesn't have to get tackled till later, because I think the idea is, I'm not sure how well this works on camera, but everything left of this in this room is going to be, I'm gonna tackle first, and I'll leave this bit until I have this side gutted completely. Then I'll start gutting this side, because I don't think I have room for everything in here through in the other bit, or at least it would be very uncomfortable.
You're a little bit uncomfortable.
And obviously I don't need to do it all at once. So here we go. So these guys will all go, and I don't know what's in those boxes. I'll have to go and find out. But and then through here, all of my 1200s, like I have loads of them. They're all stacked with padding and things between them. And then this is all now going to go. And then this wall will, the first thing that's going to go is this wall, then that wall. It is a nice space. And I know a few of you will be saying, well, why would you not just leave it? But the space here was designed for somebody who's about 5'4", and I'm 6'2". So I've done my best to try and make it usable, but and also I'm fat, all right. So it's just, you know, I don't fit, and then through this window, it's kind of interesting to see. This was kind of like a recording booth where I think he would have had people making sound and playing stuff through here, and actually he had his mixing desk and his turntables and all this sort of stuff through here. So he ran a radio station, but he was also a recording studio. That's fantastic, but it kind of doesn't work for me. So yeah, and effectively, once this is all clear, I'll do another section of the video. And there you go, to the magic of editing, my terrible editing. We're done. This is all clear, and still some stuff I need to move in boxes and stuff, but this is all clear as well. So we're making progress. Next thing, this guy comes down. Now I'm at the next day where I've kind of ripped this all apart, and honest to God, I feel a million times better. There wasn't that much to do apart from the destruction. I had to remove, there was a couple of spurs off the ring main. I just disconnected those and that. But in here, compared to the room I was in at the start of the video, it's something like 10 degrees difference. And I just don't want to be in here. So I'm going to do something with this room, but I had to make it so that I couldn't use this room. And honestly, I felt really tense about removing all that. But now that it's gone, I feel so much better. And there's so many options I have here. I think, well, I don't, you know, I have some ideas, but, you know, put something in the comments if you think about it. I mean, I'm thinking, I don't know if you can kind of get the sense of this, but I mean, you can probably put 2 cars end to end in this space here. 2 small cars anyway. And I was thinking I could maybe box that room in and have it as a warm space, and then have this as a sort of have this as a warm space, but not as warm. So maybe I can have a radiator in there, in this part here, a radiator in here, and then if I want to warm this space up, or maybe I'll have a radiator here, the 2 that I can turn on and off. But I have to get rid of these vents. I have to do something with them so that the fabric of the building isn't compromised, but at the same time I cannot work in this space. It's so cold. It would freeze the hind legs of a donkey. So what I've done is I've taken everything out, and I have restored as best I can my setup from the previous house. And oh my God, it's so much warmer in here. And so here we go. The chair, my PC, my lab PC has been moved in here. I may swap I have 3 of these screens. I may swap that back for the screen I had in the previous house, and then this is set up there. Solder station is set up there. My Alex, and one of the reasons I wanted to bring that, but then I've just moved the fridge there, and I'll maybe move the fridge somewhere else. But I mean, already I feel like I want to be here. I want to do some work in here. I feel like I could stream from here. And in the next week, I'm going to start doing some work on the TFM-SX. I'm going to really do it. But I feel like this is a habitable space, and the in through there isn't. And so I want to say sorry to everybody for, I kind of haven't been off the grid for a year, trying to find my mojo again. And thank you to Ollie for the chats that we had about what to do with the channel, what to do, and just seeing his space and thinking, I can see why I sat beside him at his desk, and we were arsing about and drinking and stuff, and then I realized, do you know what? You know, I had a space like this. Why don't I just do my best to bring it back? I mean, I don't need the big space. I don't need a huge amount of space. I need storage. I mean, this is an absolute disgrace, but I need storage, and I'd like to be able to get me out of the cabs. But for now, this is fine. This is fine, and this will do just nicely. So thank you, and thank you for your patience if you're waiting for the TF4060. The reason is, it's just I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to freeze my butt off in that room. I think I could probably live in here and do some work. So I built a place this way. The only outstanding thing that I really want to do in this space is this is a little bit drafty, but it's nothing like the other room. But I'm going to put some Kingspan. I built this in a janky way. I have builders in upstairs at the moment, and they said they would just actually just take my template and finish it off and make it work. I had tried to explain this to the guy that originally did this room when he was fitting. It's the same company, but it was just a different joiner, and I tried to explain what I wanted, and I wasn't able to actually just articulate it enough. But now that I've shown the lads what it is I want by making a template, they're on board. They're like, yeah, we know we can see now what you want. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much. Hopefully we'll get a bit more output in the next few months, and as you can see, this is a little bit more, usable, I think. Thank you for watching. Take care and have a good one.